Hi everybody, it's Debbie O'Neill of Scrap Me Quick Designs and the Let's Learn Cricut Explore Facebook group. And today I want to do a product review of the brand new Cricut textured cardstock that just came out this week. And it is 12 by 12 and it has a slight light texture to it. It comes in 20 sheets of the same color, okay, which is awesome. So you get 20 sheets of the same color in a pack, which is perfect for if you have a lot of a project that you want to make, several of them, you can get enough cardstock in the same color to do it. So I know that's a concern for some people trying to get enough of a certain color. And it's 80-pound cover, so it's a good weight. It's not too thick, it's not too thin, and of course Cricut made it. It is specific for cutting in any Cricut machine, and I'm going to be showing you how to cut it in the Cricut Explore here in just a minute. And they recommend you use the standard grip mat for working with it. Now I have a fairly new one of the blue light grip mats, and I've been using that, and it's worked perfectly on that, so no worries there. Now the colors are this beautiful navy, which is just a gorgeous color. It looks great. Then there's what they call plum. I'm going to move these out of the way so you can see them as I go through them. So there's plum, really pretty purple. Then of course they have red, and they have this lovely, it's kind of a forest green color, kind of an emerald green maybe, as I would say. It's not quite as dark as what I would call a forest color. It looks a little bit brighter green than it does on the camera, guys. It looks more of a true green. And they have this beautiful cream color. Okay. And then they also have a black, a white, and a gray. Okay. So they've got kind of some basic colors here for us to use to start off with. Hopefully in the future we'll see some other colors come into play, but what I wanted to show you was how easy it cuts with the Cricut Explore, and it'll cut the same with any of your other Cricut machines. So I have my, let me move the camera down a little bit. That ought to work. So I have added the navy to my mat, and it went on, you know, really well. And I'm just going to stick it in the machine here. I'm working on a card, which you'll see at the end of the video, and I have it set on my Smart Set dial just to regular cardstock. So I'm going to load it in, and there we go. And I wanted to pick something that I used this Cricut score tool on so we could see how it scores on the cardstock. And so this is the actual card base for the card that I'm making, which you will see at the end of the video. Okay, so let's pull it off. I'm going to close this up so you can see this a little better, and remove my camera here so you can see that easier. And so I want to go ahead and just peel off my excess here so we can see how cleanly it cut. Comes off the mat fine, and we have our card. And it did do the fold line. There you go. You can see that. So it did do the score line. So I'm just going to fold that over for my score. Okay. So it is a good weight for a card, as you can see here. And so it cut very cleanly. It looks good. I'm happy with the cardstock. I will certainly be using more of this because it is a nice weight, and I love the fact that you can get it in the 20 pack of color, so I can have plenty of this really pretty navy color in particular I really like, in the red, for projects. And of course, with the holidays coming up, the red and the green and the white would be good things to have on hand. I'm going to go ahead and continue making my card, and I will be back in a moment and show you the final product. Okay, I am back from doing all the cutting, and I have really put the new Cricut 12 by 12 solid color cardstock through its paces, and I have assembled the card. You can see it here, and I have to say I am a big fan of the new Cricut 12 by 12 solid color cardstock. So let me show you what all I've done and how I played with the cardstock to see you know, how it would react. You saw me cutting it earlier, and I have I picked this image in particular. It's in Design Space, and I can add the image number to the bottom of the video if anybody's interested in this card. I wanted to do something so that we could see how well it cut. I intentionally picked this card because it had all these more intricate lines on here for the layer shape of the chevron, and it cut those beautifully. I didn't have any issues there. I also wanted to do something that was a layered image, and also something that I could add some ink to it to see how well it worked with ink. And this is a fan shape, and I actually used a black Sharpie marker, and it picked up the color of the black really well on there, so that worked out great. I also, for the fan blade, I used some of my Close to My Heart. This is a champagne colored ink, and one of my little Close to My Heart sponge daubers, and I added ink around the edges of my fan shape. Let me see if you guys can see that very well. It's kind of hard in the photo probably. If I get it up closer, can you see it? Anyway, I added some ink around the edges here so that you could really see how it reacted with the ink. It picked up the ink just fine. I didn't have any trouble with that. I also intentionally added some words to the front of this. The card does not come with these words on it. I just used the regular Cricut alphabet font, but I wanted to see how well it cut some smaller letters, and it cut it nicely. Now, with any textured cardstock, you're going to have maybe where the little holes are in the middle, it's a little bit hard to peel those off. And I just used my Cricut pick tool and was able to poke through that a little bit and was able to get the centers cut out just fine. I say it responded just as well as any other textured cardstock that I've used. And then I also wanted to emboss, and so to see how it took embossing. So the little heart here, let me see if I can hold it. If you can see that, the little heart has, I just used a polka dot folder, and I embossed the cardstock there, and it took the embossing really well. It looks good. And then I've also wanted to know how would it work if I stamped, not just shaded with ink, but if I stamped. So I added a stamp using a stamp from Close to My Heart and the black archival ink, and cut a little shape out here in the middle, and it picked the ink up just fine. I did flip this over and use the smooth side because the cardstock has a textured side and a smooth side. So when I cut out the white cardstock, I just flipped it over and used the smooth side just so my stamp would pick up a little bit better there. But overall, doing all of these different things with the cardstock, it worked really great. I used a Zig two-way glue pen here to adhere most of the shapes together, and some foam dots, and that's the end of my little review here. I just wanted you to see a card actually done with it, and that it turned out great. So I'm very happy with it, and as you can see, I'm a big fan of the new Cricut solid color 12 by 12 cardstock. I'll post a link to where to locate that in the Cricut store, and if you do use my link, I appreciate that because I get a little bit of revenue from that. And Please continue to watch my videos. I do Cricut product review videos periodically when the new products come out, as well as join us over in the Let's Learn Cricut Explore Facebook group if you are not already a member and you have a Cricut Explore, or you're thinking about getting the new Cricut Explore machine, because it really is awesome. I'll talk to you guys later. Leave me any comments or let me know if you have any questions about the new cardstock. Thanks. Bye.